Hi, I'm Phil Bridges, owner of Straight Arrow Repair. Ever want to know how a repairman fixes things? Well, come with me and I'll show you how I solve problems. Let's make things better together. So whether or not I can get in or not. Now we did a stick here so we could get rid of all the cobwebs. Clay already took out the most part, but all right.
You want the phone?
Come on down.
All right. You want to squeeze on there, John?
What's it look like underneath there?
The floor joists are running this way,
Yeah, I knew that.
and there's a beam in the center here that's kind of holding it. It looks like it's hard.
Well, just jump in there.
You won't go one, two, either way.
So, being as the floor joists are running this way and the wall here in the center is down, that would be that one over there is down, and this one right here is down. And the hump in the floor is where that block wall is. Our bathroom is over there. That's your toilet. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So we'll need to jack up here and there to get this side up. I can use a water level under here, but I think I can just do it with a 4-foot level. But I could put a water level to the bottom of the beam here. Now, why is it popped up over there? Let's look over that way. Somebody's got they've got something there to hold the floor up. I wonder what that's about. I guess maybe the floor was soft right there. And they jacked it up on the outside and put a beam under that on that area. But it's down right here where is the floor joist rotted out right there, Clay? Look over here. Yeah, we're rotted out right there. We need to go up right there and put some stuff in. See how that, can you?
Is the outside wall settling right there?
No, but there's been some kind of a water leak right in this area. And the plate is messed up. It's rotted out. I'm pushing it out with, and then the floor joist settled down because of it. And this is totally rotted out.
It looks like it's just settled about 1.5 inches.
Well, this is.
You can really see it on this doorway whenever you get.
This is what the floor joists are sitting on the outside wall.
You got plastic on it too?
No, but I can see light.
You can see it. I saw the light. I saw the light. Oh, God.
I fell through the floor.
I touched that string right there and it popped.
So
Are you laughing at me, Clay?
I'd say that electrical panel out there is letting water get in the wall.
Well, that
See how it's not rotted over that way? But it is right here. I bet that's where that electrical panel is.
Oh, hell.
See, here's the electrical wire coming out.
I think they left a broke off piece of line in that thing. Trying to burn the house down.
All right, let's go. Well, we can start here and just jack this up. So I'm gonna have jacking material, like a wide 2x12, so I don't push into the ground. I can't really use a jacking block because it would be too tall. And we're gonna jack into this. I have some steel plates that I can put up here, and I don't smash the floor joist or this beam as much, which seems really flimsy and lightweight. Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
What are you gonna do, Phil?
I'm trying to figure that out. That's not a good thing. I can just.
You gonna have some 18-inch pad blocks?
No. I'm gonna have to have a 2x12 or 2x10 to jack on top of, because this is really low. I'm trying to figure out if we're gonna even be able to use this beam. This beam is peeling off with my hand. The corners of it is. Might. What she needs me to do is wrap all this with house wrap.
There's no insulation on the floor, so it's gonna get cold.
Yeah. It'd be best if I could put insulation in here.
Insulation?
In the floor. But she's not going to spend that kind of money.
Oh, hell, now I know what it is. That piece come out of there and the rest of that light bulb's still up in there.
Why is that rotting out like that? Because of the moisture down here, maybe? This is a good example of the moisture that's standing down here. It's a good example. There's a vent over there that's never been opened. Maybe I need to put a 2x6 on the bottom of this. To help hold it together. Sign over there, let me see if it's go running downhill. I think it is. Yeah. Big time. And it's settled down. It's on top of that, it's crunched into the block right there. Don't have any wood to spread the weight out. It's crunched in right there on top of that one. You see where it's crunched around the wedge. This has been here a long time.
Okay, don't sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll end this.
Alright, so let's cut away. Oh, I did it again. I used so. I can't be using so. Alright. What we've done now is jacked up, and if you notice how much the beam is giving up, I'm going to recommend that we put 2x6 on both sides of that. Pressure treated this time, and that'll give it the strength that it needs to have. But we jacked one jack here and one over there, and it had the same issue. It was crushing the beam. Doesn't look as bad, but it was doing a lot of creaking and popping.
Yeah.
Then we replaced the boards that are right there in front of your camera, Clay. We replaced those boards because it was all rotted out there. No sign that the piers are sinking into the ground. So what we're going to do now is jack up where it's already crushed real bad right there. end right here. So I'm going to run my screw up after putting a 2x12 or a 2x10, then a 4x4 jack, 20-ton jack, and we're going to run this up. Steel plate, and I'm going to run it lengthways so maybe I can spread some of the damage. This is our jack handle. This is a 1/2-inch rigid pipe. One end smashed down so I can turn the jack's control like so. We're going to go up.
That homemade jack handle will hold more pressure than them new ones. The ones that come with it.
Yeah, the ones that come with it look like
they bend real easy once they get under lots of pressure.
Like this. They give them to you.
Oh, here you go.
In 2 pieces. One goes in the other. Let's see. Right there. That way they can get it into the box. And a lot of guys will take and weld that. I don't bother with it because they're like John said, they're very, very flimsy. And they're just too long. It's not terrible long, but it's just flimsy right here. You end up having to smash it a lot, and eventually you get rid of it.
It wasn't made to jack up a house.
No. So just grab a piece of pipe like this, and we're going to go up. I wouldn't go up a whole lot where you're at, Clay. See, that beam's breaking. We have a 1x. I'll use a wedge until I get a 1x. Let me have another one like that. I might be able to get a true 1x. We'll see. How's that other room looking, John?
On the other side?
Yeah.
The other side was fine.
I know, but we're going up. Well, his weight ain't helping me.
Hey, John, don't go stomping around. He's like, bam, bam, bam. He's just walking around with
Yeah, but 1x?
Yeah.
I mean, the hammer, rather?
Yeah. Hey, John.
Yeah.
If we ask you to go over there, don't go stomping over there.
Yeah, you can see where you're walking. We have another 1x right there.
You need to hammer that other one over. Alright, let me restart this video.
Huh? Why do they put plastic either on the ground or in a mobile home? They'll put plastic up here to keep the moisture that comes from the ground from rotting these beams out. So that's why you're doing it, to keep, I think one lady called it dry rot, but you don't get dry rot from moisture. She's talking about rot. And I understand, and we're just trying to come up with the right terms. But this stuff here is certainly not pressure treated, so it wouldn't hold up to the moisture anyway. Would you want it to? No, you want to be able to protect it by putting plastic on the ground or plastic on the bottom of these floor joists. It's easier to put it on the ground, but if I was to own this house, I would try to put insulation in the floor and then put house wrap to hold it up. But I don't own this house. So it looks, I'm going to make a recommendation that we replace that beam, or not replace it, just put 2x6s on both sides of it and give it the strength that it needs on it. So before we leave here, we'll straighten out all these humps in the floor, which we're doing. And you happen to see what we're up against.
You almost closed the gap on this in this closet underneath that trim.
Well, we got a jack where you're at, because that plate over there is rotted.
Yeah, I know you ain't done nothing over here yet, but even it's come up a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I bet it has.
I'm gonna put this.
It's Phil Bridges. If you like what you saw, you think it might be helpful to somebody else, push that like button. and let other people know what you and I now know. And we'll work together toward making a brighter future. And by the way, we're not Americans, we're Americans. See you next time.